You were created for something more. Some days you're chasing your dreams. Other days you wonder if you took a wrong turn. Welcome to the Faithfully Empowered podcast. I'm Lisa Landry. Let's trade self-doubt for bold faith and step fully into the life God designed for us. New episodes every Thursday. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Let's live faithfully empowered. Welcome back to the Faithfully Empowered podcast. I'm Lisa Landry. Today I'm sharing what painting taught me about confidence. Let's get started. You know the moment when you're halfway through painting or drawing something and it just looks awful? You've poured in time and effort, but all you see is the mess. The colors don't work, the composition is off, and you consider burning it in the campfire. Well, maybe that's dramatic, but if you're an artist, you've been there. That's what we call the ugly stage. And it turns out the ugly stage isn't just about painting, it's about confidence too. A while back, I challenged myself to paint every day for 75 days. It was a challenge put on by an artist that I followed and looked up to. We were to paint and post every day. Do you know how hard that was? I usually spend a lot of time going over something before I put it out there. But the point of the challenge wasn't perfection, it was completion. And along the way, I remembered something a mentor of mine used to say. Cinnamon Cooney. She's passed on recently, but her words stayed with me. All paintings have an ugly stage. You just have to push through. Being a self-taught artist, that phrase meant a lot to me. It helped my perspective and helps me now to just get out of my own way. Because once you expect the ugly stage, you stop panicking when it shows up. You stop assuming the painting is ruined just because it's in the messy middle. And you start believing if I keep going, something beautiful might emerge. And that challenge did more than fill my wall with little canvases. It built my confidence. Because confidence doesn't grow when we abandon the work halfway through. It grows when we decide to finish. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when it doesn't measure up to someone else's standards or highlight reel. And funny thing I noticed looking back through these paintings, some of my best ones were from before I ever took a class. I didn't know what I was supposed to do, so I just trusted my hand and kept going. That freedom built confidence in a way that rules never did. Comparison is sneaky. You see someone else's finished work, polished and complete, and you're staring at your own messy middle, and it feels easier to give up. But another gem from my late mentor has stuck with me. You are not a copy machine. Your hand defines your style, and if you and I paint the exact same subject, your painting will always be different than mine. Ecclesiastes 1:9 reminds us, there is nothing new under the sun. And yet God still gives each of us a unique voice and unique touch. And listen, every finished piece you admired once had its own ugly stage. The difference is the artist pushed through. And that's true for more than painting. It's true in leadership, in calling, and in faith. Philippians 1:6 says, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. That means the ugly stage in your life, the in-between where things don't look like they're coming together, it isn't the end of the story. God isn't panicked by the mess. He doesn't abandon his work when it gets hard. And if he doesn't, why should you? Confidence is built when you push through that messy middle. It's built on trusting that God is faithful to complete what he starts. In leadership, that often means leaning into the hard conversations, the ones that feel uncomfortable, but are necessary for growth. A book that shaped my leadership style is Radical Candor by Kim Scott. It's all about learning to both care personally and challenge directly. That balance doesn't come easily. It takes practice, and it can feel messy while you're learning how to live it. There was a woman who worked for me not too long ago. She was an older woman, and she worried about being treated differently because of her age. Now, I never treat anybody differently. for any reason. You all get the same me. So from the start, I told her I wasn't going to treat her any differently. I was going to hold her to the same standards as everyone else. And over time, as trust grew, she admitted that I intimidated her at first. But then she said that she appreciated my honesty and directness. And here's the part that I want to highlight. I gave her opportunities, and she stepped up to them. She grew, she owned her space, and she proved to herself and to the team that she could rise to the challenge. I'm still so proud of her. Speaking the truth in love. It's not always smooth, it's not always easy, but it's in those honest, love-filled conversations, the messy middle, where real confidence is built, both in leaders and in the people that they lead. So let me ask you, where are you tempted to quit because it doesn't look good yet? A project, a dream, maybe your own personal growth? What if this is the ugly stage, and if you keep pressing through, God's going to bring it to completion? Friend, don't give up. Don't compare your messy middle to someone else's masterpiece. Show up. Finish what He's called you to. That's how confidence is built, not by perfection, but by perseverance. Thanks for spending time with me today. If this episode encouraged you, I'd love to hear from you. Share it with a friend, leave a comment, or let me know where you're tuning in from. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll never miss what's next. Until next time, stay rooted, stay expectant, and live faithfully empowered.